updates for the COVID-19. I should point out, since we put that protocol together, started using it in October of 2020, we have had 44 versions of that. So we keep monitoring it and updating it based on changes or restrictions for travel into specific states around the US or even countries around the world. So that's part of the reason why those protocols have been updated 44 times since October of 2020.
So Doug, like an example, yesterday Chicago updated its travel order and removed a number of states. So that's a reason why we would have to update the protocol again, just to reflect the latest health guidance.
Exactly, because one of the things we do is we ask questions of the homeowner before we go into the home, and we ask the same questions of our staff before we go into homes. And one of those questions is, did you travel into any of these restricted states or states of concern over the last 14 days? So that's why we, one of the reasons we modify those protocols over the time, because we want to make sure that we're asking the homeowners and our staff proper questions.
So Doug, the good news is that we're resuming RSIP work in all homes, in all zip codes. Will your staff still be wearing masks in the homes for the time being?
Yes, we have not changed that yet, but I know about a week and a half ago, some things have changed from the city of Chicago or from the state of Illinois and from the CDC regarding masks. So we're still going to evaluate that over the next week or so to see if we want to change any of our protocols for going into homes. But for now, we still require all of our staff to wear masks when we go into homes.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, anything else on response to COVID-19?
No, can move forward to odorous windows.
Okay, Doug, thank you. All right.
Thanks, Doug.
So we're on agenda item 6, odorous window status. Just a very quick update for all of you. The deadline for notifying the CDA that a homeowner did have an odor concern with RSIP windows has passed. That was a couple weeks ago on February 21st. Was that right, Doug? February 21st?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. So as a result of that, we did get an influx of over 1,000 phone calls. Doug's staff is working very hard to address. Obviously, we can't return 1,000 phone calls in one day. And so that's something that his staff have been working on continuously for the last couple of weeks. Essentially, how we're handling it is that if the homeowner called and left a voicemail on or before that day, we will go ahead and follow up accordingly. So that deadline was in place for all the homes surrounding O'Hare and Midway. So we do have a lot of calls to do. I have authorized Doug's staff to work a little overtime if they need it, just to keep going with that. Doug, do you have any updates from your staff regarding what is our current backlog of phone calls?
Yeah, we should be through all of those by the end of this week, be caught up on returning or responding to each of those homeowners by the end of this week.
That's good. Doug's staff has essentially been doing somewhere between 100 or around 100 calls a day. So it's just taken a couple weeks to clear that backlog. So the good news is that the CDA did the notice to all the homeowners. We put it in the newspapers at least 3 times in August, October, and December. We did a lot of outreach, not just with you, but with Midway folks and the State Residential Sound Installation Program Advisory Committee. So there's been a lot of outreach. We do have a web page dedicated for odorous window questions as well. So when you visit our website, you'll see a certain section for COVID, a certain section for odorous windows, and then another page for mechanical issues. So for now, for odorous windows, the next step is to finalize the accounting setup so that we can proceed with the design phase of going into the first group of homes. Once we know or rather, we do know which homes are going to go first in the queue. There is state money available. So we're just finishing the accounting setup, and then we'll proceed with the design phase. Mr. Chairman, are there any questions about that?
Yeah, so how many people called after the deadline that are not going to be able to get help? Just curious.
Doug, do you have any numbers about that?
I don't think anyone called after the deadline. There was one homeowner that called after the deadline, but we think they may have called us like 2 years ago. So
Oh,
if
I
they
see.
call us 2 years ago and express concern, then we will still proceed with that home.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I guess we can move on to the warranty for mechanical issues, number 7.
Yeah, so Chairman Vildana is going to provide this update for you.
Okay,
Good morning, Chairman and everyone else.
morning.
Over the past several years, we have been working on awarding a new contract to address mechanical issues in homes for specifically for 2 manufacturers, which are Sound Solutions Windows and Doors and Armaclad Storm Doors. So Sound Solutions vinyl windows and Armaclad Storm Doors, both manufacturers went out of business in 2014 and have stopped honoring their warranty obligations. So the city finally awarded a contract to address these mechanical issues in these homes. The contract was awarded on January 5th to Blinderman, and now we have a contract mechanism in place to address the issues in these homes. A couple of weeks ago, we mailed a letter to all the homes that would be eligible for mechanical repairs under this contract to let them know of this opportunity. And this will cover all the homes that had Sound Solutions windows or Armaclad Storm Doors in June of 2014, or who had products that had a warranty still in place as of June 2014 or any time after that date. Currently, we have 491 homes with confirmed mechanical issues. And that means, for example, windows that are difficult to operate, difficult to open, or broken locks, broken balancers, things of that nature. Out of those 491 homes, 144 at O'Hare and 347 are at Midway. So currently we are reviewing submittals from the contractor, from Blinderman. As soon as those are approved, we can start scheduling appointments in homes to evaluate the nature of the mechanical issue and then to ultimately make repairs. So far, currently we are attending to the homes based on the date when they initially called our office to complain about the mechanical issue. And in the first batch, we will address issues in 80 homes. Most of those are at Midway because those homeowners were the first ones to call, but a few of the homes are at O'Hare also from the first batch. But like I said, in total, so far we have 491 homes to address, and there may be more because we mailed those letters and we may receive inquiries from additional homeowners in the near future. Are there any questions?
Yes, how long is, how much longer, once they're fixed, how much longer is the warranty after that? Or is it over?
Well, it depends. For most of these homes, the warranty has already expired. But because, for example, Sound Solutions went out of business in June of 2014 and stopped honoring its warranty obligations, and they really had nobody to address those warranty issues since then. So we thought we will address those. So most of the warranties have expired, but I think the last warranty that's still in effect expires in April of 2024. And on the repairs that we provide, there will be a 1-year workmanship warranty but the repairs themselves do not come in any other type of warranty unless a window, for example, may be beyond repair, and in that case, we would replace the window. That new window would come with a new 10-year warranty.
I see. Thank you.
Chairman, I just want to add to that, as Vildana highlighted, the last of the sound solutions warranties will time out in 3 years. So on that basis, we've awarded this contract for the next 3 years. The goal of the contract is to be able to help homeowners who cannot contact the manufacturer because the manufacturer went out of business. And that being said, this is not a construction contract, which is our usual kind of contract. This is essentially a maintenance contract that we call on-call warranty services. One of the reasons it took us so long to get this contract in place is because we prepared a contract that was unique, meaning we wanted the ability to be able to respond to homeowners in real time, right? So if a homeowner calls, we are now able to respond relatively quickly, as opposed to waiting for months or years to go out to bid, get a contract, take measurements, all that kind of stuff. So because it's a what we call a term contract for essentially maintenance services, we designed it to be much more nimble than what we could do under a construction contract. So just be aware, it's not a construction contract, it's a maintenance contract. It'll be in effect for about 3 years. And the other thing is the CDA is funding this entirely with airport funds. The regular noise mitigation program, with which you are also familiar, is reimbursed by FAA grants. And the Odorous window program will be reimbursed with state funds. These mechanical issues are not eligible for federal or state funds, so this is entirely airport funded. So just know that this is something that we want to do to fix whatever needs to be fixed that is still supposed to be covered by a warranty by a company that went out of business.
Right. Well, that's honorable. Excellent. Anyone have any more questions?
Frank has a question.
Yes, hi, it's Frank from Chicago 41. A common business practice is to require contractors to provide a warranty bond to cover this scenario where if they go out of business, the city, the CDA, whoever is holding the bond can collect money from it to pay for these needed repairs. So, the bond is not that expensive. Personally, I've had to buy them myself in work that I've done elsewhere. It's not something that's unreasonable. Maybe we or the CDA should require these of any contractors that are doing work for us.
Okay, we'll take a look at that.
Okay.
Any other questions? If not, I'd like to move forward to phase 17 status report. Aaron, with that, you're going to give us that report?
Chairman Doug is going to do 17, 18, and 19. Maura, can you pull up the status reports on the screen?
Just one second. Does that work?
Yes, right now we are looking at board docs. So can you go back to the Adobe?
Yeah, it's going to take me a minute.
Well, while Maura's pulling that up, I can probably start to give you a little bit of update on O'Hare Phase 17. We're mainly going to talk about the Chicago non-historical section that will be in the third column down the middle of the report.
The non-historical?
I'm sorry, the historical.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the wrong column here. So in the historical, just as a reminder, we completed home inventory appointments in 132 homes of the 170 that were eligible to participate. Those home inventory appointments were conducted in late 2017 and into early 2018. Since that time, 5 of those 132 homeowners decided not to participate in the program. So we are currently proceeding with 127. Okay, so you can see the report there, that column that has the heading Chicago Historical. If you go down right below the first horizontal line there, it says home inventory is complete. That's the 132 I just mentioned. And then if you go up 4 rows, we have 127 listed there. That's the difference of 5. So that shows the 5 homeowners that did not enroll. That first column right above, I'm sorry, the first row right above that horizontal line there is the quantity of homes that did not enroll. That says 43 right now. But I just want you to know that we did invite those people to participate in phase 19. I'll get to that later when we get to phase 19 to show you how many did enroll in phase 19. So Maura, can you scroll down to near the bottom of this page? Yeah, right there. Oops, up. So can you pan a little bit to the left so we can see the titles of those rows on the bottom? There you go, perfect. So number of homes, there's the 127. And just a reminder that a contract was awarded to Blinderman Construction on July 21st. So you can go to the next page now. So we have good news on this page here for what we're calling a bid pack O'Hare Phase 17 bid package 3. It says contract 3 on the left-hand side there, about 6 or 8 rows down. The next row down says commence field measurements. So then if you go over to Chicago Historical, we actually started those field measurement appointments on March 2nd. And 4 of those appointments are complete. Many additional appointments are being scheduled. So we hope to have all of these field measurement appointments complete at near the end of May or early June. I believe the schedule right now is like that first week in June. So just so you're aware, these field measurement appointments take a little bit longer to conduct compared to non-historical homes, because there's a lot more intricacies involved and procedures in place regarding what windows can and cannot be used in these homes. So hopefully next time we meet, we can give you a lot more progress on that. Maura, can you scroll down to the row that says actual, contract 3 down here, actual approximate construction start date. We hope that construction will start near the end of that third quarter in 2022. And a lot of that has to do with supply chain issues and manufacturing issues. When we do complete each individual home, when we complete in each individual field measurement appointment, the contractor places the order for the custom materials in that home. So for those first 4 homes, the manufacturers already have the order for the materials so they can start manufacturing. But we have been seeing long durations of when that order is placed, of when products actually get shipped to the Chicago area for these homes. So that's really the highlights for phase 17. Does anybody have any questions?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead.
Malcolm Chester, can I make a comment?
Sure.
I don't see displays on that sheet. Did we get suddenly written off the geographical map?
No, Alderman, the homes and displays were completed under a different contract. Maura, can you scroll up and show Alderman the displays column? So Alderman, phase 17 has been spread out over multiple years because of, I'm sorry, the displays homes were not included in phase 17. I am mistaken, excuse me. But I do believe that they're on the phase 18 and phase 19. So Maura, can we just peek at those real quick just to show? So Alderman, there are homes in the displays column there.
Yeah,
phase
I see. Okay.
And then
Yeah.
Maura, can we show him phase 19 as well?
Yeah, good. That's what I needed to know. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, thank you.
So I had a question. So where are the materials being manufactured? Can't remember.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Where's the materials being manufactured? Like the windows? So is there shipping delays happening or anything like that?
Well, I'll give you an example. The windows, vinyl windows, for example, and even the wood windows are being manufactured by a company called Larson Manufacturing. Those windows are being manufactured in South Dakota. An example of the issue that they're having with producing these windows is they have to get certain materials from suppliers. One of those materials is glass. So they have to get glass from a company, I believe they might be in Minnesota. That company is having difficulties producing all of the glass orders that many companies throughout the country are trying to procure from them. So that glass company gives a quota to each manufacturer, and they're only allowed a certain allotment of glass panels to be shipped to the manufacturer, which is Larson Manufacturing in this example. So they only get, a third or a quarter of what they really need in order to produce the windows. So they have to wait for their allotment after other manufacturers get windows throughout the country. Shipping for them really is not an issue. Once they manufacture it, they get it to the Chicagoland area very quickly. So it's really procuring materials and products in order to assemble the final end product. Does that answer your question?
That answers my question. I thought maybe some things were going to be coming overseas, and we know what a nightmare shipping overseas is right now. So I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember.
Right.
Okay, so I'd like to move forward to phase 18 status. Doug.
Okay. Phase 18. Yeah, so I think I do want to point out in this column right above the horizontal line there's a row called participants enrolled. There have been a few changes just because of a homeowner dropping or deciding not to participate or things like that. So I just want to go over these numbers real quick so each community knows who's in. Bensonville has 68 homes, Chicago 100, Des Plaines 24, Norridge 1, Park Ridge 39, Rosemont 4, Schiller Park 86, Wooddale 44, unincorporated Cook County 15, and unincorporated DuPage County 1 home. So the next row down below that horizontal line is our home inventories complete. So you'll see that almost all of these communities, we've completed 100% of the necessary home inventory appointments with the, all of those, but the numbers are a little higher than participants because a few homes have dropped off since then. Like, for example, that first column for Bensonville, we did home inventory appointments in 69 homes, but currently only 68 are participating. That's because one homeowner decided to drop after that home inventory appointment. So the next section down is our contract phase 18A. And number of homes that we currently have in the contract is 217. And you can see the numbers by community. I guess I can go through that real quick. 30 in Bensonville, 47 in Chicago, 12 in Des Plaines, 1 in Norridge, 16 in Park Ridge, 2 in Rosemont, 71 in Schiller Park, 32 in Wooddale, 6 in unincorporated Cook County, and none in unincorporated DuPage County. So the remainder of those homes will be put on O'Hare Phase 18B, and that's 165 homes down there in that next section. We anticipate going out to bid in the second quarter of 2022. We're in final stages for wrapping up solicitation documents to be able to get that to procurement so they can prepare a bid package. That's it on this page. The next page has a little bit of an update on field measurement appointments. So field measurement appointments, almost all of those were complete in November before we had issues with positivity rates in specific zip codes. You can see we're 100% done on all of those with the exception of Schiller Park. Schiller Park, we still have 3 homes that we need to conduct a field measurement appointment in, and that is mainly because Schiller Park had the longest duration of any zip code around O'Hare above that 5% positivity rate for COVID-19. So we are in trying to schedule those appointments right now for those remaining 3 homes. And again, once we do that field measurement appointment, those materials for that home can be ordered. The next section down more, if you can go to the left, construction status. We do have some good news here. We did start construction. That row there that says actual/approximate construction start date. If we slide over, you can see some have a general first quarter notation and some have a specific date. So the second column there for Chicago, we actually started construction in the first home in that community on March 1st. The next column over is Des Plaines, and we actually started construction on February 21st. So that was the first home for this phase 18B that we started construction on.
18A.
18A, sorry. Getting ahead of myself. Park Ridge is 2 columns over. We plan on starting construction in the first home in Park Ridge for this phase on March 14th. The other communities, as soon as we're able to confirm that we have materials in the construction contractor's warehouse before we start the home, we can schedule dates for the rest of the communities, but those will be going on over the next several weeks. Hopefully by the next time we meet, we'll have a lot of good updates here in this section. That was all of the updates for phase 18.
That is good news on phase 18. So any questions? If not, we can move on to phase 19.
Okay, phase 19 is very similar for enrollment and for home inventories. So I'll kind of just go over the numbers real quick. Participants enrolled for phase 19 is a total of 382. So that's 30 in Bensonville, 174 in Chicago in the non-historical homes, and 5 historical. This is what I was talking about earlier. They were initially invited to phase 17, and these 5 homeowners decided to participate again after they did not enroll in phase 17. So we have 5 there. 14 homes in Des Plaines, none in Norridge, 77 homes in Park Ridge, 7 in Rosemont, 35 in Schiller Park, 28 in Wooddale, 6 in unincorporated Cook County, and 6 in unincorporated DuPage County. So the next row down below that horizontal line is the home inventories complete to date. We have a lot of progress in here. There was some delays because of the COVID-19 positivity rates in many of these zip codes. So in Bensonville, we're close. We have 2 homes left to do in order to be complete with all of those homes. Chicago non-historical, we have 11 homes left to complete before we're done with that community. Chicago has 1 home left. Des Plaines, all homes are complete. Park Ridge, there's 1 home left before we can complete that community. Rosemont, there's 1 home left. Schiller Park, 5 homes left to complete home inventory appointments. And Wooddale, unincorporated Cook County, and unincorporated DuPage County, we are complete with all of those home inventory appointments. The next section down, I just want to point out when we think we might be able to advertise for bids on phase 19A and 19B. So 19A, we're hoping we can get out to bid in the 2nd quarter of this year, and 19B, the 3rd quarter of this year. So things are moving along for all of these phases. That's all I have for this phase.
And that's great news. You guys got a lot of participants enrolled, so looks like we're moving forward.
Yep.
Okay. You know, I had some questions. Actually, I had a gentleman from Schiller Park call me. He gave me an address of 4170 Scott Street, and he was wondering where he is on his program or what phase he's in. Maybe I'll give him a call back. You can tell me that, maybe.
Ralph, if you want to send me the information, we can get in touch with them.
All right, that's what I'll do. I have his first name. I have his address. He's in Schiller Park, and a phone number. I did not get his last name, but I'll get it to you then.
Yeah, just email it to me.
Okay, thank you. So if there's no questions on phase 19,
Mr. Chair?
yeah.
Yeah, Frank here. A question
Hi,
for Doug. General question, Doug. Are these replacement windows identifiable in any way by a tag, an inscription, or anything that they are part of the O'Hare program, so that potential buyers can see that the windows have been replaced already or not? I'm just curious.
I don't believe there's anything visible to a homeowner just looking at the window. If they were to take the sash out, there's usually a little tag number inside. But I don't think a homeowner would understand what that tag number would be.
I understand.
So
Yeah. I was just curious because in the near or distant future, if that home changes hands, whether or not the home has been given new windows or not would be an important factor, and it would be easy for a potential buyer to identify it, and it would also be harder for a potential seller to misrepresent the windows that are there. They may have gotten vinyl windows from Home Depot and tell the buyer that these are, new windows from the O'Hare program. So it would be nice to be able to identify them just by a little mark or something where you can see it from the inside.
Yeah. That's a good point. I do want to point out, though, that every participant is told that these participation in the program and even the warranty stays with the home, not the homeowner. So hopefully someone who did participate and is selling their house, they can convey that to the new buyer. But yet you're right, we can't really see it physically. We can notice what type of window it is and know it's a participant in the program. It's mainly because there's 3 panes of glass. That's the main defining factor. If someone were to put a window in and got a window from Home Depot, put it in, it's only going to have 2 panes of glass. So these have 3 panes of glass, and that's easy to see.
Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you.
Any other questions? Comments? Okay, so the next ONCC Residential Sound Installation Committee meeting will be May 11th, 2022. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing Zoom or not, or
We should be in person, and we're planning to return to Norwich. They've agreed to host us. Thank you, Brian. So, yeah, we're planning to be back in Norwich for the May meeting, but we'll, be sure to display that prominently on whatever is sent out in advance.
sounds good. I like that place.
Thank you.
So, any
Ralph, can I
comments?
ask, Ralph,
Sure.
can I ask
Yeah.
Maura a question real quick, a request? Maura,
Yes.
is it possible, or would it be possible to make these presentations into a PDF file that you can email to the members of the committees? Because I've been doing screenshots of all these things and trying to print them. I'm willing to print them.
Yeah, no, let me, can I call you? I can show
Sure.
you something. Yeah.
Okay.
When I have the documents, I post them on Board Docs. So it's a service that we use. We post the agenda there and any attachments that we're provided with. So it's all there for the members and the public to view, and it's accessible through the website. So I'll call you after and I'll walk you through how to look. at
Okay,
that.
thank you. Thank you very much.
Any other questions? Any comments from the audience? If not, I'd like to get a motion to,
Excuse me.
sure, hi.
Hi. Do I have permission to make a statement?
Sure.
I'm Mike Curiali, Alderman in the city of Wooddale. I have a brief statement. To meet the spacing requirements for the simultaneous use of runways 10R and 10C, an offset approach to 10R was required. The offset was tried, found to be successful. It is to be permanently approved by the FAA. This offset directs planes over residential areas of Wooddale south of the 65 DNL contour, recognized for residential sound insulation. Effective residents in this area have been complaining, and it's no longer possible for us to reply that the flight pattern is under review. So on behalf of those residents of Wooddale, I'm asking that this committee explore ways to extend noise abatement assistance to residents south of Irving Park Road affected by runway 10R. Thank you.
Okay. Aaron,
Yes, Chairman.
I guess that's something we can talk about at maybe next meeting. Is that more something that we can go to technical, or is this gonna have to be something that happens later on when the contour changes after phase 19 is over?
Chairman, I actually think we might be able to talk about it at the May meeting. Once the new contour is published, then the eligibility will be different. I do think we might be able to discuss this at the May meeting.
Okay, just to address Wooddale's concerns.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions, comments? If not, I'd like to entertain a motion or in a second to adjourn.
I'll make
I'll
a motion.
motion we adjourn, or second, whichever.
I've got Frank. and who
Roll
else?
call.
Sorry, Frank, and who else?
Chester,
Okay.
Me, it's fine.
Got it. Okay, Bensonville,
Yes.
City of Chicago 41st Ward,
yes.
Des Plaines,
Yes.
Melrose Park,
Yes.
Norwich,
Yes.
Park Ridge,
Yes.
Rosemont,
Yes.
Wooddale,
Yes.
meeting adjourned.
Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Bye-bye. See you
You
at the
too.
next meeting.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.